Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the BeBall Jones podcast. Not just another podcast, not just just it ain't just a regular basketball podcast. It is the BeBall Jones podcast. Here with my guy, the defensive player of the year himself, Nelson Haskins. What's up, man?
Sir, how you doing, bro?
Man, I'm getting through, man. Life has its ups and downs, man, but I'm just riding this wave. What it got for me, man. So, what's up with you?
Man, just chilling, man. They finna buckle down to the off-season grind. Get back to lifting, get back to shooting, doing skill work and things like that, and trying to finish school. That's really it for me right now.
Now, I got a question for you, bro. On your path of getting the defensive player of the year, did you have some haters come along, just in your way?
Oh yeah, definitely. Had haters come out the woodwork all my life, really. Like some people might not believe that because like I feel like happy-go-lucky person most of the time, or like let's not say happy-go-lucky. Like I'm a friendly person. People probably would not think that, but yeah, I definitely have some haters through the years. Yeah.
So, do you feel like those haters are justified in a way? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm the type of person that says like you are entitled to your opinion.
Mm.
So if you do not like me, that's really none of my business. That's how I feel about it. Like that's just a personal standpoint. Like if you out here, like if you come up to me and be like, man, Nelson, like I didn't, which has happened before, but if you come up to me like, man, Nelson, I like I don't like you, bro. Me and you just don't rock. Like you feel? I'm be like, I understand. Like, hey, sometimes I don't like me, dog. Hey, you got me. Like that's cool. That's none of my business. So you take that up with your own self. You ask yourself why you don't like me, because I'm not gonna be out here like, why you don't like me, bro? Like,
Yeah.
So like when I find myself like in the presence of somebody I feel like is hating or a hater, it's like, hey, you're entitled to that opinion, bro. You don't like me, or you don't like the way I play or things that I do. That's fine. Like, sorry, but I'm gonna keep doing it.
Man, I feel like sometimes people hate for no good reason. And I feel like usually when people hate, it's coming from a place of what they lack. You know what I mean? So basically, I'm hating on you because I want what you got. I'm jealous, or I'm hating because I'm trying to fill this void of what I don't have. You feel me? So I ain't gonna get too deep in that direction, but I just feel like people don't have most of the time people don't have a legit quality reason to why they hate certain things or certain people. You feel me? So it's like when you really talk to people or why they dislike or hate on certain people, they really can't give you a good answer. Like 9 times out of 10, they don't really have a legit concrete thing where it's like, man, why don't you like Nelson? Man, man, because cause the thing, man. I don't know the thing. Explain it. Man, cause it's he tall. Oh, really? Okay. So you hate all tall people.
Man, B, it's funny that you say that, B. Let me tell you something. People like have like really said this to me in real life, like not making this up. I've been playing like in pickup, like in my hometown, and like just around people that know me and stuff that know me for a long time. And people have literally said to me, "You think you good because you play college basketball?" Promise you, I ain't said nothing to warrant this. Like, I hadn't said nothing to this dude. Like nothing. Bro was like, "You think you good because you in college? You think you good because you playing college ball?" I was yo, my man, like, I don't even know you. like, did I say something to you to make you say that? Like, it really be people that I ain't even really said nothing to, or maybe like I might have hit a shot. Might be talking like a little friendly trash talk, like nothing crazy. I ain't never said nothing crazy on the court, like to like make nobody mad.
Yeah.
I might, hit you with like get it out the net or like, like little regular stuff in street ball. I really had guys be like, "You think you good because you play college basketball?" I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I promise you I don't, bro. I promise you I don't. Because them be the kind of guys that mess around and like want to fight for no reason. I'm like, I promise you I don't think I'm good, dog. Hey, I'm just out here trying to hoop. I promise you I'm just out here trying to hoop. Or it'll be the guy that be like, Man, you only good because you tall. That's not true. It's not true. Like, I've always been tall. I have not always been good. So I'm not just good because I'm tall.
Yeah.
Taco Fall, the tallest player in the NBA, and that boy in the G League. So
Hmm.
just being tall does not automatically make you good.
Yep.
So that's not true either. But people feel that way because a lot of times, like you said, they lack that. They're short and I'm tall and I'm playing college basketball. So in their mind's like, oh, you only good because you tall. If I was tall, I'd be as good as you. No, you wouldn't. Because I put the work here to be this good. Whether you think so or not, I put the work in to be good. It wasn't just like, oh, I woke up and I was 6'7" one day. Well, let's pick up a basketball. Like, no. I've been playing basketball since I was 8.
Yeah.
Really below that. And this did not happen overnight, but people feel that lack inside themselves a lot of times. Like, oh, I wish this was me. I wish I could do that. Or if I had what he had, I would have did this. And so that's not true. Like 9 times out of 10 is not like that's just how people feel internally. And so like that's why I say it's none of my business because
Hmm.
how you feel about me might have nothing to do with what I feel. I mean, don't. What's the old saying? What you eat don't make me go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So like, what you do and how you feel ain't got nothing to do with me, and that's just how I think about it now. So I'm like, hey, when guys come up to me like, you only good because you tall, cool. Like, sorry you didn't grow. Like, I'm sorry you this you. I'm sorry you stopped at 5'8". Like, what you want me to say? Oh, you think you good because you play college basketball? No, no, I don't think that. I don't think I'm good because I play college basketball. I think I'm doing the best that I can, like everybody else. So I'm sorry to get off on that. You just reminded me of that. Like people really be saying things like that. They find that lack within themselves and they bring it out
Hmm.
against you because you have what they feel like they lack.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is.
Yeah, man. Like that's funny though, because it's like, I spend a little time on social media, and it's like you scroll through comments and stuff, and you see what people say and talk, especially when it comes to pro players. It's just like, what are you talking about here? Like
Like
some
really,
stuff gets so far left off of either what the post is talking about or what like the goal of like what this is, and it's just like LeBron is only good because he played with the Lakers. Like, huh?
LeBron would have no reason if it went for D Wade or Ray Allen or Kyrie Irving. Like his teammates, yeah, he wouldn't. He wouldn't, buddy. Good job. Good job.
In the basketball game, you have to have four other people out there with you. You know,
Can't go by yourself.
this ain't tennis. This ain't hockey. I mean,
Golf.
this ain't golf. It's you need teammates. You feel me? So, yeah, he does need Ray Allen and Kyrie and D Wade and Chris Bosh and Kevin Love because that's how you play the game of basketball. You have teammates around you that complement what you do, or they're very talented. That's the way you win basketball games. So yes, LeBron James wouldn't have one without the help of his teammates. Congratulations, you won an award for.
You got me this time.
Good job, guys. Yeah, man, just like stuff. People just comment wild stuff, and I'm just like, whatever award you wanted to go for, you got it, bro. You won. Congrats, because you wanted something out of that. You feel me? So whatever you wanted, I hope you got it and you feel fulfilled from it because
Facts.
that's just nothing. But it's just like I feel like certain players get a little bit more just extra hate for no good reason, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw my guy out there in the ring, man. Russell Westbrook, bro. He gets like another level of hate. I ain't even saying it because I'm a Westbrook guy, but now that he's balling, I'm gonna go ahead and just like defend him on another. Like I can say with my chest out a little bit further. Like I've been saying with my chest out, but now I just like a little bit further that I can do it now because he's finally playing his ball now. So I feel
He
like
doing a little
Westbrook
something.
he catches a little more hate than he should. It's like people hate on my guy, but when you actually like read the comments of what people are saying. People go, I read it back and forth. I don't get into back and forth, but I see people back and forth on Twitter or whatever, and it's like what you're saying is not making sense. I don't like Westbrook because of the way he dressed. What does his fashion sense have to do with him dropping triple doubles, hitting these game winners? I don't see what does wins and losses have to do with this fashion statement. Like What?
And that's honestly what it be like. It'll be something completely non-basketball related. I don't like Russ. Why? Because the way he dressed. Like, why he wearing these weird clothes? So you don't like him? Like, or like, let me not even say that. They'll say he's not good at what he does. They'll say he's a bad basketball player. They'll be like, Russ sucks. Russ isn't good. Russ is bad. Russ is terrible. And then you ask, why you think that? Why you think he's not good? Look at the way he dressed. What they got to do with basketball, my man? Like,
Exactly.
he played bad because he dressed like that? Like, I just don't like it. Well, say that. Just say that. That's how I feel. Because, like we didn't talk about this before. Like, I've never really liked Russ's game. Like, the way he plays, I've never really liked it. I wish more people would say that. I wish more people would just be like, I don't like the way he plays. And then I can say why. And then you need to be able to explain that to me, too. Don't say, oh, I don't like his game and be like, because of the way he dressed or because of his attitude. Like, don't say that. I need you to have basketball reasons. Like, if you're gonna talk to me at least, because if I talk to you about basketball and I say, "Well, why you don't like Russ? Why you hate Russ?" Because look at the way he dressed. I'm gonna be like, "All right, bro, you ain't really got nothing to contribute to this conversation at this point. If that's what you're saying, like you don't know basketball, then like you just say you don't know basketball, then if that case, so that's just how I feel."
Yeah, and like honestly, bro, like the reason I love Westbrook is because of the way he plays. Because younger me was Westbrook. Like I was wild and out of control sometimes, and I was super athletic, and I just go like I was. That's all I had. You feel me? But as I've matured and grown up a little bit, and knees start hurting a little bit, like let me figure out something else here. You know, I can't do that.
Slow down a little bit.
So it's like that's part of why I still respect Russ, man. Like people talk about mama mentality as far as like that kill mode 110% every game. It's really only a handful of people that really have had that in like that level of mindset. It's only really a handful. Like people say mama mentality when it comes to that specific like lane of what mama mentality is. It's like 100% every single night. Westbrook is one of those few people. Like he's from the cloth of like AI. He runs a lot of AI low key. I ain't talking about skill wise, but like certain stuff about him. But it's Kobe, AI, Westbrook. Giannis is in that category for me. If like people who just every single night, all 82 games, they giving everything they have. You never gonna be like, man, they kind of I ain't for the energy this game. No, every single game is what you're getting from them. So it's like I respect that, bro, because you don't understand how hard it is. I can't even play pickup ball and go 100% every time, bro. You talking about playing an NBA game,
Facts.
82 games, going 100 every time, bro? Like that's crazy, man. So just that
Facts.
alone, I don't want to hear any slander as far as like how he played. Just because of that. Like, is he wild out of control? Yes. But that's part of what makes him so great at the same time. I watched a little bit of stuff about AI and it said the exact same thing about him. He was a little wild, a little out of control, he's a little reckless, he gets himself hurt, he goes to the stands, crazy stuff. And it's just like, but that's what makes him so great. Because at the same time, he also get that loose ball. That's a good. But the evil of that is he gonna be wild and crazy, go to the goal reckless, and end up getting hurt. Like, man, you have to do that, bro. Like, why you go so crazy? That's the yin and the yang of that. You know what I mean? So, same thing for Westbrook. It's like, man, why you take that crazy three? Oh, that's a good hustle point right there. Oh, that's a good hustle block, hustle steal, hustle whatever. He gonna hustle his way in the game. He's gonna hustle his way out of the game. So that's part of why I love Westbrook. And it's just like, I understand he's reckless and wild. I say the exact same thing, but you can't talk about how wild he is without respecting how hard he plays too. That's my biggest thing that people don't always go around to. It's like people don't give him his props on the other end too, because it's always yin and yang to it. So Westbrook will win you some games with his hustle, you lose some games with his hustle. I can admit that honestly, but you can't sit here and clown my guy without giving him his respect too.
Yeah, and I definitely feel you on that. Like, I definitely respect that because as a guy that feels like I play hard every night and I go out and get 110% for my guys, I definitely respect that. The fact that Russ go out there and play hard every night. And like a lot of guys, some analysts out there will say that they be like, I know two things I know I'm gonna get out of Russ is hustle and heart.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm gonna get that out of Russ every night. Even if he like and my coach here at CSU, Coach Moore. So the things that he always writes on the board every game we play, every single game, he writes these 5 points on the board. He says, play hard, play smart, play together, play for each other, play for CSU. That's what he writes down on the board every time. Play hard, play smart, play together, play for each other, and play for CSU. So those 5 things, I feel like Russ really encompasses that. And like I take that to heart. Like I try to remember that. I try to hold that. Like when I go out there, I'll be like, play hard, play smart. Like make sure I'm playing together, do what these guys need me to do. And I play for each other. I play for the guy beside me. And I'll try to play for my school. I try to elevate our program because I care about like my coaching staff and everything else. And so I feel like Russ has a mentality similar to that. Now, some people might look at it and be like, oh, Russ selfish. He just want accolades and stats and awards. Like, to an extent, maybe that might be true. Like, I'm sure he does want to personally be like the best he can be, like we all do. I'm sure he personally wants to be a Hall of Famer, and I'm sure he personally wants to win a championship deep down inside. I know, despite some of the things he may have said, I'm sure he does want to win a championship because I'm sure he wants to
Yeah.
win games.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have no doubt in my mind Russ is out there playing hard, playing for his guys. I have no doubt that he like care about his guys, want to succeed with them. Does he always play smart? No. So my coach says that to us sometimes. He said, you guys playing hard and you playing together, but you're not always playing smart. Sometimes we make bad mistakes. We make dumb mistakes. We got to play smart. We playing hard. We're not playing smart. He tells us that all the time. I feel like Russ does that. He plays hard. Sometimes he might not just play smart. And I'm okay with that. Like, I can live with that. And those are that's some of the things like I can respect about him. If I was his teammate, like, I feel like you can only feel one or two ways if you his teammate. Like, oh man, Russ on some BS. He not doing good. He not doing this. He not passing me the ball in the right times. Something like that. You can feel that way about it, or you could be like, Russ, dang, you feel me? Like he messed up right here, but he gonna get it back.
Yeah.
So I feel like them the only two feelings you can really have towards him as his teammate. Because I done had teammates like that. Like I've had teammates that's like give you everything they got. Go out there and run through a brick wall if you ask to. But is he gonna make the right read off this pick and roll? Probably not. He might turn it over. But you kind of accept the good with the bad when you got a guy like that. Because everybody, like, despite what people might say, everybody do not play hard every night. Like we just said,
No.
everybody does not do that, and like it cannot be underrated. Like that will win you games. Like despite what people might, that is a skill. Yeah. To play hard every night is a skill that everybody does not have. To have a high motor is a skill that everybody does not have. To have the mentality to try to go out and win every night is a skill everybody does not have. Like just being real. And I played with guys like that. I played with guys like we get in the game, first 3-4 minutes into the game, I'm like, all right, we ain't got so and so tonight. Like he not with us right now. He's somewhere else. So we ain't finna worry about it. I done play with guys like that. I also play with guys that's like, man, like he can't get going, but he playing hard. Like leave him in the game. He playing hard. I've been that guy. Shoot, while I'm talking, I wasn't giving us no buckets. Like early on in my career, I might not have gave you no buckets, but I'm finna play you some defense and block you some shots, grab you some rebounds. I'm finna run a ball down for you. All that. Like, and a lot of my coaches will tell you they appreciated that about me. Like, they weren't mad at me. They wanted more offense out of me. Yeah, like of course I want you to be a better player. Like, but at the time I just didn't have those capabilities. They was like, hey, Nelson, keep Nelson in. Like, should we ain't playing no defense no way? Keep him in. Or it was games like we couldn't buy a bucket, and my coach had to look at the bench like, hey, should we take Nelson out? Could we put another scorer in? And so, like me, sometimes they did, or sometimes they'll be like, no, you mean the shoot. Nelson, all the reason we getting stops. So that is a skill, like, and people don't really appreciate that like that. And so I have a certain level of respect for Russ. I definitely think he's a Hall of Famer, like easy, like no doubt, Hall of Fame, like first ballot. And anybody that say otherwise don't know basketball, in my opinion. Y'all can take that up with your mama. Like, if you think Russ ain't no Hall of Famer, you don't know basketball. That came from Nelson on the BeBall Jones podcast. So, that's just me. Like, Russ is that he has his place in the world. The Russell Westbrooks of the league have their place, in my opinion. So, I don't know why guys do him like that.
Yeah, I just like we said earlier, bro. Like it gets to a point, man. Like certain comments people make, you obviously just either you're a very sophisticated troll or you just don't know the game, and it's one of those two. And I can take a troll because at the end of the day, I can have you to the back and be like, yo, let's talk, and you can actually have some facts or some reasons behind what you say. But when it's like you just don't know basketball, like yeah, I don't have the patience to talk with you, man. Like uh I can't do it right now. So I'm like, can we have a better discussion here? Because you have nothing right now. So Rashford one of the people that I just got to defend, man. I see he gets hated on so much, and people say stat chasing, but stat chasing really that evil? To be completely honest here, like I'm hustling to get rebounds. I'm stealing rebounds from the teammates. Is my teammate complaining? No. Okay. I'm hustling to get steals. I mean, hustling to get assist. You mean I'm setting my teammate up to score the ball? Interesting. Okay. I'm hustling to get points. You mean the things that we need more of to win the game? Oh, that. Oh, got you. You know what I mean?
Man,
So I can understand too. There are instances where it looks bad, and I understand the whole. I'm not trying to be like partial here, but there are a lot of times where it's like he's not hurting the team. To be completely real with you, he's not hurting the team. I saw some stat that was like when I think it was like the Thunder years, when Westbrook had a triple double, they won. I think like 6% of those games, something like that. It was like some number where it's just like, yeah, he's contributing to winning. So what are you talking about here? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
that stat actually kind of shocked me. I can't lie, it got me because it was like I remember that it was like games Russell Westbrook had a triple double because he had like 42 triple doubles in that season, which is like over half the season,
yeah,
and he averaged it. And it was like out of those like 42 games he had a triple double, they won like 30 of those games.
yeah,
And out of the like the 40 or 39 or something that he didn't, they won like 12.
yep.
So his triple doubles were like synonymous with winning after a certain point. Like you had to give it to him at a certain point.
So yeah, that was another thing too. Where I was just like, I feel so validated for defending my guy. So it's a little, and then you think about too, man. You hear a lot of his teammates come out and defend him. Like when, like it's not as loud as people make it as it should be. But like besides KD, every other teammate has something very positive to say about Russ. Like the KD thing, I ain't trying to get into that, but like everybody else has been like, man, Russ is a great leader. He talks to us great. Like he knows how to get on the right people. He knows how to pat right people on the back. All this little stuff that makes a great leader. He leads by example. It's like all this great stuff, bro. And just like he's loyal. When you put on the uniform of whatever team he's on and you sign under that branch, he is with you and he is with you till he move on. That's he's loyal as loyal can be. So if you a Thunder and he a Thunder, he got you. You his dog. You ain't never want him saying a bad word about you. He's a Wizard, you a Wizard, he got you. He's a Laker, you a Laker, he got you. Rockets too. So it's like he never heard him say a negative thing about any of his teammates, bro. Like no matter how bad the Thunder was and how terrible they were playing, he had their back, bro. Every teammate has something positive to say about him. So it's just like if people around him are showing him love and praise, I can't get what you're saying, bro. And you're not even giving any facts. So it's like Westbrook is one of them people that I just like I can't I can't get with you on that man. Like I can this year with the bad shots, hey, I can't defend that, bro. Like honestly, I don't even have a good answer for you why he missing like that. So I just took it. I ain't say nothing. But when he showed out, oh, I'm gonna talk
That's the
then.
rest I know.
That's my guy. Hey, triple double. That's what we looking like, guy. So that's how
Oh
I feel
boy.
about Russ, man.
Man, I can agree with that on a certain point. Like I have personally never liked Russ game, like I said. I always felt like Russ played too fast. And like I always felt like he made a lot of bad decisions with the ball sometimes. But like you said, the one of Russ's like saving grace, and I feel like in his whole career, one of his like saving graces is that none of his teammates have ever spoke negatively about him. For real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like his former teammates like love and respect him. And I feel like if your peers have a certain level of respect for you, then that speaks volumes in itself, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like if your peers have positive things to say about you, like then you had a certain amount of impact on them. And like we as fans are always on the outside looking in. We'll never be in that locker room. We'll never be on those teams on the court with them. Like we'll never really know what their relationship is. We can only go off what they say. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like if players and teammates in the league, for the players and teammates of Russell Westbrook in the league, never say anything negative about him, I feel like there has to be a certain level of respect for that.
Yeah.
So like, regardless how you feel about this game, regardless how you think he plays, this man is respected by his peers. So gotta get to him. And I think fans be ODing on how they treat him sometimes. Like, man, the way folks be talking about him, and he be talking about the like, man, I don't know if you seen it recently about he was like, I don't even want to bring my family to the game. I hesitate to bring my family to the game sometimes because of the stuff they be saying about that my kid's father. Like, I don't want to bring my kids to these games because the way fans talk to their daddy.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like when he said that, I was like, yeah, like I kind of I don't know how I feel about that. He like, I don't have no children. I'm like, man, that kind of got to me. I was like, dang, like I know they probably be yelling some foul stuff at him, especially when he
Mm.
playing bad. And like, if your children got to sit in the stands and hear that, like, why even bring them?
Yeah.
And so that's sad to me that it gets to that point. But you know, we can't control what certain people do and fans get rowdy and how they feel and stuff. But I do think it's a little out of control at a certain point, especially now because he played for the Lakers, which is a big brand. I mean, this is the first like huge brand he's played for. Because like
Mm-hmm.
OKC small market, Houston kind of big market, not crazy size though. Washington small market team, and then he ended up at the Lakers, the biggest market in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just I feel like it's just been multiplied so much now. But my last thing I'm saying on Rusty is hopefully we can find that clip of him in the press conference with Steven Adams back when he was with the Thunder, and the interviewer um the woman asked Steven like something about like how y'all think y'all lost even with Russ doing what he did, something like that. Like she has separated Russ from the team.
Mm-hmm.
And Russ was like, nah, hold on, Steve. Like, nah, like, we lost. It ain't Russell Westbrook and the Thunder. Like, no, like, we lost this game. The Oklahoma City Thunder lost the game.
Yeah.
So, like, she was like, I don't like y'all, like, y'all always trying to separate us and divide us. Like, don't divide us. We a team. We together. We win together. We lose together. So, don't say, I don't want to hear that no more. Like, the Oklahoma City Thunder lost tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he was like, next question. And they was like, but the question was for Steven. Steven was like, you heard the man. Like, this next question, dog. Like, he answered.
Yeah.
So, I feel like that moment, like, spoke volumes for Russell Westbrook, in my eyes, at least. And I don't think people think about that or remember that.
I
Like,
remember that.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, like, that moment speaks volumes for me. For his teammate to be like, yeah, bro, like, don't divide us. Like, we a team, we lost. Say that. Don't say, the Thunder lost and Russell Westbrook had a triple double, or don't be like the Thunder lost despite Russell Westbrook doing
Yeah.
this, and
Yeah.
this. We lost. The Oklahoma City Thunder lost. So keep say it that way. Keep us together. Don't divide us. And I appreciated Russ for saying that because that spoke volumes to me. Because I'm a team guy. I'm a team player. Him saying that says a lot about him and his character. So I I do think the people need to give him somewhat of a break at this point. I think. My
Yeah.
humble opinion.
Yeah. I agree, man. Cause kind of go back to what you were saying earlier. It's just like he's in that big market, so he's gonna come on under a little more fire, which I understand. He know what he signed up for. He's from LA, so he understands that. But it
Right.
gets to a point to where it's beyond what happens on the floor, and then like a great example of this, honestly, is Kyrie. People hate on him so much, but it's not because of basketball. It's literally almost everything else besides basketball. Like at first, it became basketball. He dribbles too much. He does too much of this. Shot selection. I can understand those things. But the past, shoot, 3, 4 years, it's been everything but basketball. And it's like, to a certain extent, I understand. I will say that. But a lot of stuff, especially this season, isn't about basketball. So I feel like Kyrie gets a lot of hate, but it's not even like, it doesn't make sense to me either. So it's like, why don't you like Kyrie? Uh, because he's weird. Well, we'll make some weird. Like, why is he so weird? Because he be doing this stuff and this stuff, and when he talking stuff, I'm just like, that's not basketball though. Like, He's not good at basketball because you think he's weird. You realize like everybody's weird. Like to be really honest with you, everybody's
in
weird.
some way or form.
Something that you do that I think is weird. Something I do that you think is weird. So hey, just keep it pushing, bro. Like so it's
But
like
keep that to
Kyrie
yourself.
he gets so much hate for no reason, man. And it's like Kyrie the basketball player and Kyrie the man separate those two because you're trying to cross and blend things that shouldn't be happening. You don't like the basketball player because you don't like the man. Or you don't like the man because you don't like the best. That's two separate things. I feel like Kyrie's one of those people that get hated on so much, and for me personally, I can't really understand why that happens so much.
I mean, people like you said, man. Sometimes people find one little thing and they run with it, and like that'll be their whole opinion of you. I remember, I remember once, one time back a few years ago, uh, a guy was like, "Nelson not good. All he really does is dunk. All Nelson do is dunk. He ain't good. He suck. That's all he do is dunk." Like that's what he said, and he said this to me. He was like, "Bro, you only all you can do is dunk, bro. You don't do nothing else." And I looked at, it, I was like, I mean, I do dunk a lot. Like, I mean, hey, I ain't out here taking no pull up threes. Like, that's not my game.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but in reality, while he might have been kind of right offensively, like, I mean, I do more than dunk, like, but while he may have had a point, he didn't really know basketball to realize what else I really did for my team. Defensively, speaking, like talking wise, blocking shots, rebounding. He didn't really see all that. He was like, all you really do is dunk. In his mind, he never saw me do nothing fancy, so I must not be good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how people are sometimes. So like people see one aspect of things you do, whether it be your life or your game, and they run with it. Like, oh, he not good because of this. Like, and when they find it, they will stick to that like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Like they saw Kyrie Irving, um, they saw Kyrie Irving not get the vaccine. That's why I don't like right there. That's why I don't like Kyrie. Nothing to do with basketball.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Kyrie isn't good because he doesn't get the vaccine for his teammates. He's not a good player.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't got nothing to do with basketball. Then he get to play on away games. He out here getting 50 balls on the road. Ain't even playing consistently.
Yep.
People like, man, he still like got like he's not good, man. I don't like that, man. I don't like this guy. Just say and that, like I said earlier in the show, just say you don't like him. There's an easy fix for that. Just say you don't like him. Be like, you don't like Kyrie. Why? Because you know this and this and this off the court. Oh, but you admit he's a good basketball player. Yeah. Like he's a great player. I don't want you, I don't like people uh, assimilating off the court issues with what people do on the court. So like I cannot like LeBron. Gotta admit he's the greatest player right now. I cannot like KD. Gotta admit he's the greatest player right now. I not like Giannis off the court. Gotta admit he's a great player right now. Like I just want people to be objective. That's my main thing. Be objective about it.
Yeah.
Kyrie is a bucket, and you don't like him. Two things can be true. My mom always said two things can be true. Kyrie is a bucket. You don't like Kyrie. That's fine.
Yep.
Russell Westbrook is a good player. You don't like Russ. Both true. Like it's just what it is, man. I wish more people would say that though. That's my
Yeah.
whole thing.
I think people are so scared to be the negative one and be like, I dislike this player of this. And there are a handful that will come out and be like, I dislike this person. But once again, it goes back to you cross blending things to where it's like, I don't like Kyrie, the basketball player, because of his off the court stuff. Because he takes games off in the middle of the season and he wants to get the vaccine. He's burning sage and all this stuff. And I'm just like, did you see the 50 ball he dropped? Did you see the game winner he just hit? You see how he crossed him up and hit this bucket? You see all these tough lays he has? But you don't like the person. What? So like for me, it isn't. It's never an intelligent conversation to have because you can't be objective and compartmentalize these things to where we can have a conversation. You want to talk about off the court Kyrie? We can talk about that. You want to talk about him taking games off? We want to talk about Sage? You can talk about the shot. We can talk about that. I'm cool with that. We can talk about Kyrie dropping 50 balls, 40 balls when he's he's missed most of the season, but right off the rip, 40 ball, 50 ball, 30 ball. Wow, this man, he's literally like averaging like 42 points off of like 11 games, and he's playing shoot. What he played like 11 games for a minute, bro. Like it was crazy what he's been doing.
It was like 17, 18.
So out of 17 games, he averaging 40. That's even more impressive to be real with you. Like, come on now, get a man his respect, bro. Like, whatever he's doing off the court is not affecting him on the court. So let's start there. That's number one. That's number one. Because at the end of the day, you say shut up and dribble. If that's what you believe, I disagree with you 100%. But that man's balling. When that ball is in his hands, he's doing what he's supposed to do. What can you say about that? Like, hey, whatever you complain about, just kind of just has to go out the window at that point. So, I just feel like people choose to be. I don't know. I think they just choose to not have intelligent conversations because I think it takes too much to be wrong in that case. Because you're gonna be wrong at some point. I have no problem being wrong. I'm wrong in this podcast a couple times. But I'm putting out there front and say, hey man, you gotta do all that, bro.
I didn't think you go catch it. Hey, you gotta do all that.
Chill out, bro.
I
gave you a props, bro. Giannis won the ring. I gave you I gave you like 2 episodes, bro. Come on, man. Like,
it's crazy because that's what I was thinking about too. I was like, yeah, you been wrong.
I gave you a whole episode to do a rant, and I gave like the first like 10, 15 minutes to do your thing when y'all won. So hey, you gotta do them like that, man.
Nah, you good, bro. Hey, you been right a lot too. I just had to get you for that one, boy. That's crazy. You do all thinking about it. Yeah, you been wrong. Oh hey, my
man,
god.
It's a new season, bro. We're moving on, man. All right, moving on. All right.
You're right.
2022. But the point is, I have no problem being wrong. Right. But people won't put themselves out there and be wrong with stuff. So I say the Heat gonna win, Lakers gonna win, Suns gonna win, whoever. Hey, I'm wrong. But be a man or be a woman about it and be like, yo, I said this, but I was wrong. I can respect that 10 times more than you throwing a rock and hiding your hands. Like, come on, bro. That's weak. Like, come on, man. So, hey, I don't like Kyrie because he takes games off. Let's talk about that, okay? This is what's, in my opinion, from what I see, this is what's going on with this issue. His mental health, is this, his family, whatever. Well, why he partying doing stuff? That's a grown man. However he deals with his situation, how he deal with that. When he come back to the team, is he balling out? Is he playing well? Is the team complaining? First off, I don't care what your opinion is. It's the team complaining. Okay, cool. Shut up. I don't hear nothing else after that. Now, the team complaining, then we can get into the gray areas of stuff. But if Kevin Durant ain't saying nothing, if Steve Nash is saying nothing, if Sean Marks and the owner, the rest of these people ain't saying nothing, who am I to have an opinion at that point? Just in my eyes, I don't see why your opinion matters with the people around him don't have a negative issue with it. So the shot thing, Katie got his back defending on teammates from what we've heard, haven't had an issue with it. Do I think it's 100% true? No. But they ain't saying nothing crazy. So it's like, hey, why are you having an issue with it? Stephen A. Smith going off, man. Kyrie going, he disrespectful, disrespecting the team. Man, shut up, bro. Like, shut up. Katie's got his back. Nash got his back. The rest of the team got his back, man. So it's like, and the part that tripped me up about it too is like, people act like, for the longest, people acted like Kyrie's taking games off this year by his choice.
Right. That's the one. They act like he's taking a vacation.
That's the part that really got me mad. I'm like, bro, do you realize he would be playing if it wasn't for the state of New York? Like, you realize that, right? You realize Kyrie's not the only player in the NBA to not be vaccinated either. Because he's in New York, it's standing out even more. And because he's Kyrie Irving. So it's like,
thanks.
He's not taking games off. Because he's just like, yeah, let me take a week and a half vacation, 2 weeks vacation. I'll be back August 5th. We'll see what we can do. Like, what?
and never did he say, I don't think I'm gonna play at home. There's just too many people I don't like.
Yeah.
He said that, bro. He ready to hoop. Like, he want to hoop. And so, like, yeah, like you said, bro, people act like he, like, now granted, like, him deciding not to take the vaccine is his choice, and those are the consequences, but that is his personal choice. And I am okay with that. Do I personally agree with that? It don't matter. It does not matter. It doesn't matter if I agree with it or not, because like you said, that's a grown man. He got to do what's best for him, what's best for his family. You know, he decide what to do with his body, what to put in.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, let's not act like that. Like, let's not act like this man is just not a good basketball player because of his own personal choices. Because
Yeah.
in reality, we go down the line to every superstar and be like, oh, shoot, he not good because of this. If that
Mm-hmm.
was the case, if we take it off the court stuff, LeBron James ain't good because after I see him drinking wine and smoking cigars all the time. Like Michael Jordan ain't the GOAT because he was gambling all the time and drinking and smoking and like that's a grown man. He was doing everything like that, like nothing illegal that I know of at least. He ain't doing nothing illegal, nothing against the law. He ain't hurt nobody. This man
Mm-hmm.
chilling. Like this, what he choose to do with his free time. And so let's not take that and diminish what they do on the court, or at least like we just said this before. Don't like miss out on greatness
Mm-hmm.
because of something you don't like off the court. Like these are great players. When they're gone, there will not be another one of them.
Yep.
Like you, like so. Don't miss out on the greatness that is these guys, these Hall of Famers, because you don't like the way somebody dress. You don't like the attitude they have. You don't like what they choose to do with their own bodies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like come on, man. Like just I feel like you just gotta respect people a little more. That's my main thing. Respect
Yeah.
guys a little more. And I'm a player. I am a player. People that said some disrespectful things to me, fans that yelled at me and said some mean, hurtful things. It's part of the game in my eyes now. Like I'm used to it now. Like I got thick skin and like let's be real. I play with sports goggles. Like be throw a picture up. Like I play with goggles. So, like I'm a very easy target for certain people. At the end of the but at the end of the day, it's like if you go out there and hoop, they won't have much to say. You go out there and hoop, go out there and beat the other team. It's like guess we gotta leave him alone.
Yep.
Like for real, that's how it is. So that's just my 2 cents, man. Like have a little more respect for guys. Guys work hard on their craft to be good. Respect that. Respect the game a little bit more than that. So like I don't like Russ. Well, like we say, I don't like Russ's game like that. But I'll never say Russ isn't good. I mean, I don't really like Draymond Green game like that. I think he's helpful to his team. That don't mean he ain't good. I don't really like Patrick Beverly's game like that. That don't mean he ain't good. That don't mean he don't his what he does doesn't equate to winning. So, like I said, at the end of the day, how I feel about that guy don't matter. That guy's good at basketball, and
Yep.
that's the bottom line.
Yeah. Kind of going back to what you were saying about people take this one thing. It's like all like we said, dude said all else to do is dunk. But it's like, oh, really? Okay, cool. And you talked about this before. Like people say all Steph Curry do is shoot. You know,
He's kind of the best ever to do that.
yeah. So like that's my thing too. It's like okay, all Nelson can do is dunk. Stop him. Have you tried that? Did that work out for you? Nelson, keep dunking. Do your thing, bro. All Steph Curry do is shoot. Put a hand in his face. Stop. You go out there and stop him. Go ahead, give it a try. Just tell me how it works
Promise
out
you.
for you.
See how many points
let,
you get.
let me know how this works out for you. Let me know if you drop 50 or 60. Just let me know which number. I know it's somewhere up there, but just let me know how many he drops. Like, let's be very accurate here. And it's like people hate on Steph Curry and try to diminish his game to just shooting, when shooting is really just the foundation of his game that sets up everything else. So it's like your boy Giannis, all he do is
Run
dribble
and
stuff
dunk.
and dunk, run and dunk. Like, let's add a little more context here. James Harden can say that. He's a peer. He entitled to his opinion. James Harden can say that. The rest of us down here, shut up. Like, like
Y'all be quiet.
yeah, like, hey, just let's keep that quiet now. But Steph Curry, right? He gets hated on so much, but it's like all he does is this. Well, okay, let's take it on one end of it. Stop him. You can't stop him. Okay, Steph Curry, keep shooting. But on the other end of it, do you know basketball? Because this man finishing is low key up there. Like that's probably the most low key part of his game. People say his
Top tier.
passing, but low key, he's probably a top 5 to 10 finisher in the game. Like I don't think people realize how good he is at finishing. I'm talking middies too, like the underhand scoops and stuff. The touch you got. People don't realize how hard that is. So I think like that's probably the most underrated part of his game is his finishing. Like his passing is up there. He's a good passer. Um, but I just really feel like his finishing is up there, man. But it's like when people say all this person does is this, unless you like JJ Redick, Kyle Korver, like back in the day, players who literally like you got paid to do one thing, that's dead now. Like you have to do at least 2 or 3 things to be on the team this year, or like in today's game. So back in the day, all Steve Curry does is shoot. You're right. That's why he gets paid these millions of dollars to go shoot.
You get paid to do that.
Oh, all he does is Tyson Chandler. All he does is rebound and block shots. That's very true. He's one of the
Pay him
best
a
at
lot
it
of money.
too. They pay him a lot of money to sit there and just rebound, block shots, and catch alley-oop dunks. Like that's all he does. Don't you want a big to do that? Like he's one of the best guys at it too. That's another thing. So it's like
Man, that's another thing. People don't give credit to like how good guys are at individual things. Basketball is about specialists. Like if you're a specialist at something, that's valuable.
mm,
Like if you can do something on a higher level than most or anybody else, you're valuable no matter what it is. And people sometimes put all their stock in scoring. You're only good if you can score. Which you entitled to that opinion, but that would be wrong to a lot of people because you need more than scoring to win a basketball game. We all have seen the Brooklyn Nets got more offense than anybody ever seen when they had James Harden. Crazy amount of offense, scoring tons of points. Guess what? The other team scoring more points
yeah,
because they can't guard nobody. So if you got a defensive stopper like say a Ben Simmons, that helps. But people out here like Ben suck. He can't even shoot a three. Ben does a lot of things that help win basketball games. And like, yeah, we all saw Ben in the playoffs last year. It was not good. He did not look good. That's very true. I ain't gonna never defend it. He ain't look good. But he still contributes to winning.
yeah,
And then at the end of the day, I think the moment got to him, whatever. That ain't what we talking about. But Ben contributes to winning at the end of the day. You need 3-point specialists like JJ Redick, Duncan Robinson, Kyle Korver, guys like that, Klay Thompson's. You need guys like that. They are 3-point specialists. You need defenders. You need a Ben Simmons, a Tony Allen, a Patrick Beverly, a Draymond Green. You need defensive specialists. They help win games. You need scores. Scoring is a specialty. That's a skill that only certain people have. You need scores to win games, like Bradley Beal, Steph Curry, KD, James Harden. You need guys like that can put the ball in the hoop. Like everybody has a role to play. Some people have more than one role to play. You need bigs. Somebody's gonna block shots, get rebounds, control the paint. You need all of that to be a good team. And people look at certain things and be like, "Oh, he only do this." That's all they ask him to do. They pay him to do that.
yeah,
Like literally pay him to do that. When I first got to Columbus State, my junior year of college, Coach Moore brought me in, and I asked this man. I remember I asked him. I said, "Coach, what do you want out of me? What you expect out of me? Like, what is my role on this team?" He said, I brought you here to block shots, get rebounds, and score in the paint when you can. Tip ins, drop offs, things like that. Block shots, get rebounds, score in the paint when you get the opportunity. That's what I brought you here to do. I'm like, cool. I got you. I can do that. That's me. And I go out there. I told him this. I go out there and I try to do that to the best of my ability. I go out there, block shots, lead the league in blocks. Try to rebound, top 10 in the league in rebounds. Score when I can, average 10 points a game. Like, it ain't 16, 18, 20. But that's what he asked me to do. Now, I also ain't trying to say I could average 20 because I probably could not. Maybe. I don't know. Next year, talk to me again. But my point is, he brought me in here to do that. He brought me in here, block shots, get rebounds, score in the paint. And I do that. So then you got guys that say, "Oh, Nelson ain't good. All he do is dunk." He literally asked me to do that. Literally. Out his own mouth. My coach said, "I want you to score in the paint. I'm dunking the ball." That's as much scoring in the paint as it's going to get is when you dunk it.
yeah,
Like, and so I just don't think certain people understand that. It's a very big sign that you don't really know basketball like that. When you say things like that, all Steph Curry does is shoot. He's the best shooter in the world. Literally. Like, chalk it. Best shooter to ever live. LeBron James ain't good. All he can do is pass and dunk. Going to be possibly number one scorer all time, top 5 passer all time. I mean, assist leader all time. Like, what we talking about? When you are the best at what you do, and you're special, and you are a specialist at that, you don't need to do nothing else.
Yeah.
You don't. I feel like Russ. I feel like guys like Russ. It has a specialty in several things. Russ's specialty is in hustle and playing hard. That is a specialty that you don't get in everybody. And so that's valuable. There is value in that. Does he always play smart? No. He doesn't always make the right decision. But who does?
Mm-hmm.
Who always makes the right decision? Not even LeBron. Like, it's not always the right decision. Now he's going to turn the ball over. He's going to lose it sometimes. He's going to make the wrong read. Like, it happens. But he's a specialist in his hustle and heart and how hard he plays, because everybody does not do that.
Mm-hmm.
So people need to respect that a little bit more. Like, just respect it. I feel like that is the main takeaway in this episode. Just respect what guys do and their like play style a little bit more. You might not like it. But respect it. Because what they do a lot of times equates to winning. Their teams value that. There is value in it. And like guys that have never played the game cannot relate to that. I know what it's like to not have no shooters on my team. It's bad. Like, in case you didn't know. Like, I remember catching the ball in the post. Guys that I didn't play with, like, you know, y'all decide who I'm talking about. But I remember getting the ball in the post, looking. Next thing you know, the double came, and I looked around, like, passed out, got wide open. Just look at the goal. Well, swing it. Like, didn't shoot it. Like, bro, I need you to shoot that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, I'm never going to shoot. Because I'm going to keep getting double. If they know you ain't going to shoot it, why even guard you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like not to have no defenders. Having to try to block everything because guys keep getting in the paint. Like, I just respect things like that. I know it's like to have guys not hustle. Like, dang, bro, you couldn't have got that ball? No. Guys will tell you that. You couldn't have got that ball? You couldn't say that? Nah, bro, I wasn't finna do that. Like, okay, bro. All right. Like, I'm telling you, dog. Like, I just respect it because I need all of that. Like, I need it. I need all of that. I need hustle. I need shooting. I need defense. I need score. Give it all to me. Give me all of it. And no one person is doing all of it.
Yeah.
So that's why we got 5 of us. Hey, Nelson, I need you to block shots, get rebounds. Hunter, I need you to score the ball. Langston, I need you to score the ball. L, I need you to facilitate. Like, and we go out there like, let's do it. Team on 3. Like, do your job. Just like we're doing our jobs. So don't blame them for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Rush just be running around. They pay him to play hard. Man, all Steph can do is shoot. They pay him to shoot the ball. Like, oh my God. I'm sorry. That kind of got me on a little tangent because I felt that after a while. Like, I need guys like that. Like, I need that. Like, man. Sorry, bro. Like, I ain't mean to run away with the episode. But I just appreciate things, man. People don't appreciate it enough. Like, defense, rebounding, shooting, passing, any kind of specialty skill that people have, they don't be respecting it enough. I guarantee you get out there on that court and realize that the 4 guys out there with you can't shoot. You'll be like, dang, I wish somebody could shoot. I wish I had shooters out here. No, remember you was talking about all Steph Curry do is shoot. Bet you wish you had a Steph Curry now, don't you? All Pat Bev do is play defense. He ain't got no scoring, no bag. Then I bet you could play on the team with guys getting blew by every other play for layups. You be like, damn, I wish I had somebody like come out here and lock up. Like, all Rudy Gobert do is sit in the paint and try to block shots. When guys getting layup after layup, you'll be wishing someone behind you trying to block shots.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just appreciate what people bring to the game. Is what I'm saying. Appreciate what people bring to the game. Because no one man brings everything. That's why we appreciate LeBron so much. Because LeBron brings multiple facets to the game. But even LeBron doesn't do everything. LeBron
Yeah.
isn't going to score, pass. I mean, LeBron can score, pass, and rebound, and we appreciate that because everybody can't do that. But LeBron is also not going to go down here and guard the best player. He's not going to like well, I mean, I guess that's about it that I can say he's not going to do. But we appreciate LeBron because he brings multiple facets to the game. Like when we talk about him leading every statistical category in the finals, that is unheard of because guys don't do everything. No one man does everything, and it seemed like he did it for his team. That's why we have specialists because we need somebody to do this. We need somebody to do this. We need somebody to do this. We need somebody to do this, and that's why we got 5 of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, just appreciate what people bring to the game. You're not out there. You don't know what it takes to really win games. I know what it's like not to have shooters or defenders or people that hustle. So I appreciate all of it. I understand. So sorry, man. That was just my little. Oof. I had to get that off my chest. I don't know what came over me. Like you, I don't know. You were stirring something up to me. Like, man, like that's crazy that people don't appreciate it. Like appreciate
Yeah.
what people bring to the game.
Yeah, that's true, man. Like it just kind of goes back to people hating, bro. It's just like when man, it's this quote, and it's like, what did it say? But like, I can't remember what thing was, but I'm gonna flip it and make it our thing right here. So basically, hate and gratitude can't exist in the same space. You can't. It's gonna be impossible for you to hate on somebody and really be grateful for what they're doing at the same time. It's very. If you can do that, bro, you must be an alien or something. Because I can't hate on Steph Curry and appreciate what he does at the same time. You can't hate on his shooting, but being like really appreciate how great he is at shooting at the same time. That's impossible.
All right.
Those two things can't exist in the same space. And so, um, I just feel like people don't sit back and really. I think people really don't understand how good these people are. Like I'm gonna go to my grave preaching that, bro. Like people really don't understand how great people are what they do. They make it look so easy, and we get so used to seeing it game after game after game, night after night after night. But it's like, bro, Steph Curry is the 1% of the 1% of the 1% of shooters. When you have Ray Allen, Reggie Miller bowing down to this man and be like, yo, you got the crown, you doing something special, bro. Because them two were the 1% to 1% at one time. When you
Facts.
got dudes like, hey, tip, you won, bro. You are the GOAT of this thing right here. This specialty right here, you're the guy. I bow my hat to you, bro. You got the crown, bro. Reggie Miller gets on TNT night after night after night, says, yo, that man is it. There's no hate in his heart when it comes to Steph Curry. He's appreciating what because he knows, he understands how hard that junk is. So for him to
Man.
sit here and be like, yo, he's the guy, who am I to say Steph Curry's not good at this? All he does is this. Come on now. So it's just like
Man.
people don't understand how good people are. Like the NBA is the 1% of basketball community. Because you got weekend warriors, people go to the rec and LA Fitness, whatever, hoop on a regular. You got to include them into the hoop community. So you're talking about middle school, high school, travel ball, college, pros, Euro, all this stuff, semi-pro. All you got to keep all that in the basketball community. The NBA is the 1% of that whole pot. Now Steph Curry is the 0.001% of that whole community when it comes to shooting. That's how great this man is. When it comes to LeBron James being the guy, he is the 0.0000001% of that. Because only a handful of people sitting at the table with LeBron talking about basketball. Jordan, Kobe, we on that little list. We ain't talking about that right now. But like, I really don't think people comprehend how good these guys are. Like that guy sitting at the end of the bench you talking trash about, he will light you up for 50 in his sleep. Like the talent pool only goes steeper the higher level you go up, bro. Like all the good college players. Most colleges have the best high school players from the team. All the dudes who are the 1, 2, and 3 option at this high school went to play college ball. So I'm not saying all across the board, but at most colleges you're gonna have the best guys in high school playing college ball. Now you get a handful of people who started playing pretty late and they see potential, or he's an athletic freak. He's he played football his whole life, but he see potential. You got a handful of those. That's why I'm not saying that. But like for a good part of college basketball players are the 1% of high schools. So you get to the best college teams, the best college players. About the 1% of those guys are going pro, not just NBA, but pro wherever. So it's 1% of those guys. So now you're taking a 1% of this, 1% of this, 1% of this, 1% of this. So every level taking a 1% of whatever level you're at. So the NBA is, I can't even sit here and say 400 with all the best players, but I'll say about half. So about 200 of the NBA players are the best players on the planet, hands down. Hands. Jamal Crawford is the ultimate bucket, and that man just retired not too long ago. He's a 1% of the 1% when it comes. Hey, here's a basketball, put in the goal. He's one of the few that can easily give you 50 with no sweat, like make it look so smooth and clean. But I don't think people appreciate and understand how good that is. Like, even when it comes to like different areas, like all Tyson Chandler does is block shots and play defense to rebound. You know how hard it is to do that, bro. I don't care that he's 6'7". Like, there's still a lot of coordination and timing and rhythm that comes to being able to do all that stuff. It's hard to do. All Steph Curry does is shoot. You go shoot. Tell me how many points you get. I'll give you all day. How many points you get? It's hard to do. All Westbrook does is play hard. You go run around for 48 minutes. Tell me how you feel. I give you the timeouts and everything. Timeouts, halftime, quarter breaks. You tell me how you feel after that.
And I better not see you slow down one time. Cause Russ Hall don't slow down.
At
We might say
all.
Russ play too fast, but he'll never slow down. And like, I can respect it. So you tell me how you feel.
Exactly. So it's just like people like low key. I thought about this too. I don't think people realize how in great shape these guys are. Like Kyrie. Like, think about this. People say he dribbles too much, right? But I sat down and thought about this. Like, for him to sit here and do all these moves within like 10 seconds is a lot of energy to spend. But he does this throughout the whole game every night. Think about how in shape he is, bro. I think even hoopers don't even realize that sometimes. Like, Steph Curry literally will do his thing on the ball, pass it up, run around, screens and stuff off the ball, catch and shoot, and do that the whole game, every game. Like, think about how in shape you have to be to do that, bro. That's just literally like, what are you doing with your life, bro? Like, are you okay? Because you have to respect that. You got some heart issues, man. Let's go to therapy
Get that hate
and
out your heart.
get the head at your heart, man. You can't live with that, man. So it's just like, that's difficult to do, man. And it's like people don't respect how good these guys are. Because I really think they don't even comprehend how good these guys are. Like, they can't even fathom the level of skill these guys have and how much work and ethic that you have to put in to be at that level. So I just feel like when you hate that much, you either can't understand and comprehend how good they are, or you don't operate in gratitude to appreciate what they're doing. And you just think that this is just a common thing, which goes back to you not understanding how good these guys are. So that's just like, just where I stand on the people being haters, bro. Like, you really don't understand how hard this is. That's
Thanks.
it.
Hey man, so this is my last thing I want to do before we get out of here. I mean, I don't know if you got anything else to say, but my last thing I want to do before we go. Who would you say are the top five most hated players in the league today?
That's
Top five most
crazy.
hated.
I was gonna ask you
You,
something like that too. Yeah.
we on the same
Uh,
type time.
the top five most hated all
Just by
time, or like
people in general.
all time, or like right now.
Right now. Let's keep it right now.
Um, the top five most hated. Sheesh. LeBron, James Harden.
Hmm?
Top five most hated right now. Uh, LeBron, Harden. Got the Westbrook in there. Um, Dang, that's top three. That's tough.
Two more.
Sheesh. Let me think. Right now. Nah, he don't get hated that much. I think nah, Curry, he got love. The top five most hated. I think Rudy Gobert catches a lot of slack. Um,
Would you throw him in top five though?
that's tough. I'm going ahead and throw Westbrook in there, man.
You
I
did.
can't.
That's three.
Oh, I did. My bad. Uh,
You got LeBron, Harden, and Westbrook. Two more.
KD. How am I forgetting KD? I think
That
KD
KD
gets
get a lot of hate.
the whole snake thing and cupcake stuff.
I feel like that's starting to. Well, this is your opinion, obviously, but I feel like that's starting to blow over now because it's been so far removed, and he's not at Golden State anymore. So I think it's a little more. I think it's like it's simmered down now. But yeah, I now a year or 2 years ago, I definitely could have been with you. But like, or especially like the first year he went to OK. I mean, went to Golden State. I definitely would have been with you. But I'm sorry, you go ahead, KD. I can get with it though. Like he's up there.
I think the whole burner thing hurts him a little bit. I think people saying his rings aren't validated still. It's still up there.
Oh
People
yeah,
hating on
they do
him.
that.
That part is like, and you see, I love following that man on Twitter, bro. That's hilarious for me, bro. Like, he be going back and forth, folks. I just like, I like this so much, bro. I just like people getting clapped on and just like embarrassed. Like
We're
that
talking about when he be
validation part.
talking back.
Yes, bro. I love that jump, man. Everybody can't do it, but I love when some people do it. Like, and it's tasteful. Like, it's a certain like. It's not to where it's like it's evil, but for me, it's a certain level of pity that it comes back at that I can appreciate a lot. It's just like it's tastefully like clap back that I appreciate. So that's why I like KD snapping back. But I think he's up there, so that's number 4. And I think Pat Bev might have to be up there for me, man. Like, I feel like he catches a lot of unnecessary hate that when if you really had to ask like why you dislike this player, I think he's up there. Kyrie. Let me take KD off and I'll put Kyrie on there.
All right, I can go for that. That definitely is fair at this point. Right now, at least. That's definitely fair. So,
What
so
about
you
you?
said, oh,
LeBron,
sorry, I'm just want to recap. Bron, Harden,
Westbrook.
Gobert.
No,
Oh,
no,
maybe my bad. Westbrook, Taylor, Gobert. So LeBron, Harden, Westbrook, Kyrie, and Pat Bev.
yeah, I think those will probably be the top 5 hated right now.
That's a valid list. That's definitely valid. That's
The only
definitely
one that's
valid.
iffy for me right now is probably Pat Bev. I think he catches a little more heat. Um, Rockets years, but because he's playing with the T Wolves, it's quiet down a little bit. But I
Facts.
still feel like he's up there as far as like people. When people get a chance to clown him, they will.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why I say he's still up there, top 5.
yeah, definitely. All right, so my list. Got to go Bron out the gate. People hate on Bron consistently for no reason. Uh, so Bron up there. Westbrook is up there for me. I would also say Pat Bell. It simmered down a little bit though. But when Russ has said what he said about Pat Bell just be running around, he just be tricking y'all, that got Pat. Like
Boy,
that was stuck on Pat like white on rice. He could not get out of that. He admitted to it on JJ Redick's podcast too. He was like,
I heard
that
that.
hurt my career. And like after he said that, people ran with it. And if you had one bad game, like they referring back to like, oh, Russ was right. Like I was like, oh man, I felt for him a little bit there. Even though I
Yeah,
agree with Russ when he said it originally, when Pat said that, I was like, I kind of feel bad
yeah.
because we did run with it. That boy said Pat Beal should be running around tricking y'all. And, woo, boy, we ran with that one. I cannot lie.
Yeah.
So LeBron, Westbrook, Pat Beal. I'll throw Paul George in there for the whole pandemic P and all that. It's simmered down now, but only because he's hurt. He's been hurt all season.
I think he kind of he redeemed himself a little bit because he started playing pretty well after that. So
But you know the crazy thing about it though, I still remember when he was still hooping now. After the ball everything, I remember when he was hooping. Every bad game he had, pandemic P. Like it did not matter how many 30 balls, 40 balls, whatever. It did not matter what this man could do. If he had a bad game or if he blew the game, like he didn't make the last shot, pandemic P.
yeah,
Like, like that was like somebody trump card. This was Uno. I got a +4 and you got Uno. Like this man, he had a bad game. Pandemic P.
honestly,
Oh,
I don't think he ever shake that nickname, bro. I don't think he
he
will.
it's gonna take a while. He gonna have to hoop. Like we talked about this, but he gonna have to hoop in the playoffs. Like he gonna have to prove himself again. Like I'm
Yeah,
telling you, bro, folks
you're gonna
getting
have
them
to be
with
like
that.
MVP level to like shake that at this point, bro. Which I think
Yeah,
is
like
done. So
But yeah, so he's injured right now, so it's simmered down. But like, I don't think the league didn't forgot or will forget. So I'm throwing him in there. So Bron, Westbrook, Pat, Paul George. Fifth, I think I will also go Kyrie right now because of everything, like you said. I think I'd also go Kyrie. And if you would have called me a year ago or 2 years ago when Kyle Kuzma was still a Laker, I would have definitely said Kyle Kuzma. But he been in Washington chilling. People ain't on him like they used to be. He ain't in no big market no more. But when Kuz was with the Lakers, I would have been like, yeah, Kuz up there. And and I used to be one of the people too. I used to be on Kuz bad. I used to be like, Kuz making some bad mistakes. And Twitter would let him know it. They would let him know. But since you've been in Washington,
LeBron too, man. That's like the
if you play with Bron, you gonna catch some flat. Like you gonna catch some strays. Really, people be throwing stones at LeBron. Oh, he played with LeBron. Get him too. Like, yeah, you gonna catch someone because either you gonna be part of the LeBron haters hate or the LeBron lovers hate if you're not playing well because they always gonna blame somebody. If you have a bad game, especially LeBron, oh my God, if LeBron like play like LeBron and you go out there have a bad game and lose, they're gonna be right there. Like, Kuz the reason. So they're not gonna hesitate neither. Like, yeah, Kuz did it. It's his fault. So yeah, I would have thrown Kuz in there. So honorable mention to Kyle Kuzma. Another honorable mention to Draymond Green. Feel like he get a lot of hate. But only when he's not playing good.
Yeah, folks flying him, but that's my guy, bro. Like, I don't think people realize how like true. One thing I give him 100% backing on. Everything that comes out that man's mouth is truth. That's the one thing I give him. Like when he said one of the best defensive players, when he said one of the best defensive players, I give him that because one, he's supposed to have that mindset. So I'm not finna rebut on that. That's foolishness. But then two, entitled to his opinion. He should feel like he's one of the best because arguably he could be. Now, 1-on-1 versus team defense are two different things. We're not going to sit here and debate that because it's not this episode. But, I mean, but other people don't know. So, he's a great team defender. One of the best in the game right now, hands down. He blows up a lot of plays. So, him saying that, I 100% agree with. When he talks about the team playing terrible, it's facts. Talks about him playing terrible, it's facts. Are we playing great? Nobody can stop us. Facts again. So it's just like when that man speaks, listen to what he's saying. Don't just bash him because it's Draymond Green. He is speaking some truth. 99.9% of the time when that man speaks, it is 100% true. So I just feel like
that'd be part of the reason he get hate. That'd be part of the reason he get hate sometimes.
People hate because they don't appreciate.
That's facts. So
just came full circle for it, man.
All right, man. Great way to close it out, man. So is there anything else you want to say to the people?
Stop hating, man. Get the hate out your heart, man.
Get that hate out your heart, man. That might be the title of the episode. But yeah, man. Y'all work on that, man, for us. For us here at the BeBall Jones podcast. But that'll do it for us here, man, for another episode. We appreciate y'all for listening. Be sure to follow Brian on all social medias at BeBallJones.com. You see it there on the screen. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at NellyH34 and Nelson.Haskin on IG and just Nelson Haskin on Facebook. You hear me? And be sure to like and subscribe and share this episode with a friend, especially that friend. I don't know. We all know somebody that hate on somebody. Like, we all do. Send this to them. Send a clip of it to them. Anything. We on TikTok. So follow the BeBall Jones podcast on TikTok. Send one of our TikToks to them like, hey, bro, this you. I'm quick to do that. This you, bro. So be sure to follow the BeBall Jones podcast on TikTok as well. A lot of good content there. Be sure to like everything. Follow us on there. And that's it, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate y'all for listening, man. Without further ado, we out.